In 2026, big tech gave its engineers a simple order: use AI, or else. To drive it home, someone built a leaderboard, ranking staff by how many AI tokens they burned. It was meant to gamify progress. Instead, engineers found the loophole. They started ordering AI bots to do absolutely nothing, just to climb. This is the story of token maxing, and what it reveals about forcing AI on people who never asked for it. It started with a real belief. AI coding tools genuinely speed some work up, so leadership across the industry decided adoption could not be optional. If engineers would not pick up the tools on their own, the company would make them. The dream was faster shipping. The method was pressure. At Amazon, that pressure took a number. The company set a target that more than 80% of its developers should be using AI every single week. Once a behavior becomes a quota, people stop asking whether it helps, and start asking how to hit the number. That small shift is where this whole story goes wrong. To make adoption visible, teams turned it into a game. At Amazon, a small group built an internal leaderboard called KiroRank, tracking AI usage for engineers on its coding tool, Kiro. At Meta, an employee built one named Claudianomics, after Anthropic's Claude. Both ranked staff by tokens consumed. Both, predictably, got gamed. The leaderboards measured one thing: tokens. So that is exactly what people optimized. Engineers spun up pointless agents and pointed them at meaningless, repetitive tasks, not to build anything, just to run up their token count. Inside Amazon, it earned a name: token maxing. Burning compute for a spot on a chart. And the scale is genuinely hard to picture. On Meta's leaderboard, employees burned more than 60 trillion tokens in roughly 30 days, tracked across 85,000 staff. 60 trillion. For context, a short paragraph is a few dozen tokens. This was an entire workforce racing to spend. But the leaderboard's top user is the part nobody believes at first. One engineer averaged around 281 billion tokens in a single month. At list prices, that is over $1.4 million of compute from one person. Their reward? A made-up title at the very top of the board: Token Legend. Here is the punchline. The people who actually run the company were not the ones at the top. Mark Zuckerberg did not even appear in the leaderboard's top 250. Neither did Meta's chief technology officer. The leaders were not burning the most tokens. The people trying to look productive were. It all came apart fast. Once screenshots of Claudianomics leaked outside the company, the dashboard quietly went dark, replaced by a short message: due to data being shared externally, we have made the decision to shutter Claudianomics for now. Funny how a leaderboard built to celebrate usage suddenly became something to hide. And it was not a one-off. In April, Meta shut its board down. By June, Amazon scrapped KiroRank too, after admitting engineers were gaming it. Both companies swapped the vanity leaderboards for quieter systems, central spend monitoring, and a new metric Amazon calls normalized deployments, which asks whether the RE's output actually ships something useful. The game was over. The cleanup had begun. So why did smart companies fall for this? Because they measured the wrong thing. What actually matters is working software, problems solved, code that ships. That is hard to fake. What they measured instead was raw token consumption, a number that looks like effort, builds nothing, and is trivially gamed. Measure the proxy, and the proxy is all you get. Economists have a name for this. It is called Goodhart's law. When a measure becomes a target, it stops being a good measure. The moment token usage became the goal, it stopped telling anyone anything true about productivity. Tokenmaxxing is not a story about lazy engineers. It is a textbook broken incentive, working exactly as designed. And the timing could not have been worse. That same month, the whole industry moved to token-based billing. GitHub Copilot, Cursor, and others, with some users reporting bills 10 to 100 times higher than before. So every fake task was not just noise on a chart. It was real money, set on fire. Inside Meta, total AI spending was reportedly climbing toward the billions. When Amazon pulled the plug, one of its senior vice presidents, Dave Treadwell, told staff the leaderboard had good intentions, but added a line that should have been obvious from the start: do not use AI just for the sake of using AI. The tool was never the goal. The work was. Here is the honest takeaway. AI adoption is real, and for a lot of tasks these tools genuinely help. Studies show many developers now refuse to work without them. But you cannot mandate value into existence. The second you reward usage instead of outcomes, smart people will game it. Measure what ships, not what burns. So tell me in the comments, if your boss ranked you by AI usage, would you game it too? Is forcing AI on engineers real progress, or just expensive theater? I'm the Shipyard, and I read the data so you don't have to. Subscribe for no-hype AI news for developers, and I'll see you in the next one.